Hey guys, I'm just going to show a quick video about the camping setup I have in my 2013 Tacoma. So about a month and a half ago, I was looking at some videos and thinking of a way to go camping in a more inexpensive way other than spending $10,000 on a travel trailer. So I ended up buying a hard shell truck topper with the screens and with the light on the inside, the carpeted liner, and then I built this setup. So I'll show you how that looks. So ended up buying this hard shell truck topper, which has there's screens and sliding windows in there. So this is the setup. It's kind of windy here, so hopefully you guys can still hear everything. That's the setup with the bug net when we're actually camping. Tailgate's open. The bug net is just attached with these clips here. So there's 3 of those on the top, and then on the sides here there's just a couple of magnets, one and the other one down there. So I'll take these off so that we can go in there. Tailgate down. We actually joke around that this is our front porch. Yeah, so 2013 Tacoma, 6-foot bed. It does have a drop-in liner in it. There we go. So there's the bed. And what I did, I also bought some carpet just to lay out. Originally I was looking at getting the carpet that you can actually get that's fit perfectly for your truck, but then you're looking at like $400. So I ended up just buying strips of this at the local hardware store, which has rubber on the bottom, and then I cut that to fit right in along the wheel well there. So the actual setup that I wanted was something where I can get in, sit down without getting directly into bed, because if I'm camping and I have muddy boots or it's raining, I don't want to have to get from the rain directly onto my mattress. So this way I can kind of crawl in here, sit down, take off my boots or whatever, get into bed. Same thing when I wake up in the morning, I can sit up. You can't sit up fully, you're a little bit hunched over, but it's still better than just being in bed directly. So yeah, I'll sit there, and that's why the setup is, it's essentially a single bed rather than the full length here. So what I did, so you can see I just got regular bedding on here, and then there is a 4-inch piece of foam on plywood, and these are 1x5s essentially, because at first I was going to use 2x4s and then realized that these slats are only 1 inch, and I want it to be flush with the wheel well. So I ended up buying these, which fits in perfectly. If I can show it over here. You can't really see it there. But yeah, it's the same on this side. So I got one there, and then there's one at the back, just by my air freshener. And then I have another brace in the middle by the wheel well. So I started off with cutting this 2x4 to fit in, because the truck actually has this little, if I can show it better on this side maybe, there you go, those grooves, and that 2x4 can fit in there pretty cleanly. So I cut this to length and then cut these other 2x4s. So I have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of those braces, and then I just evenly spaced these 1x5s underneath the plywood. So yeah, underneath there, you're just going to want to cut the plywood to fit on top of the wheel well. And let me pull these out actually. I'll go over this later, what I actually have in these containers. So that's another thing, I wanted to make sure that I had enough space underneath to store things. So rather than building a track, I just went and bought 2 of these Tupperware containers that are 3 feet long each. And another essential we have is this little tent here. So this thing is good because when we get to our campsite or wherever we want to be, we just set this up and then we can sit outside if you want to cook or put it directly over top of a picnic table. It's all screened in so we don't have to worry about mosquitoes or anything like that. So we got that under there. Necessary citronella candle. There's some water. Those are the camping chairs. Let me just pull out this other bin here. Okay, so that's an easier look. Yeah. Underneath, so again, you can just see the braces there. And I put them on the inside. What I did is I just used 3-inch deck screws to go in from the top directly into each one. There's 2 of them in each post there. And then I used other screws right there. So you can see for one brace here. And the way that I have this actually attached to the bed so it's not sliding around too much is with this bungee here. It's actually just that there. I put a hook in there and it's at the bottom, and then there's another one at the very back. These guys here are just our there, so you can see that there's also 2 braces beside the wheel well because I didn't want it to slip or sag at all. So again, there's just 3-inch deck screws from the top. So we got this guy here, which fits into that groove. The one at the back, the plywood is actually sitting on the wheel well, and then these 2 are just outside the wheel well in this groove here. Yeah. So that is the setup under here. It's really just a lot of kind of playing around and messing with the dimensions of things. So I would attach these, and I just wanted to make sure that the plank actually sat in the little groove there. And then these here, they have to sit on top, right? Because you can see this groove here. So it would kind of mess things up if those were at different heights. So I wanted to make sure that when this is in the groove, these braces are on top of it. So yeah, like I said, it's about 6 feet, and it's 6 feet long, but it's about 3 feet wide. Yeah, so this is the setup for me because I liked that option to get out there. But like, I have gone camping with my fiance and we can fit in here. I don't know if you'd want to do it for a long period of time because it is quite snug, so you better like each other. But if you're, say, a bigger couple, or if somebody rolls around more, then you'd probably want to look at doing the full length of the bed there. You're just sacrificing the space for you to get in and out without getting into bed. So I can go over some of the stuff that I keep in here. You saw the tents, the lawn chairs. In this bin here, toilet paper. I actually have, I can start with the power. So I have this Anchor solar panel. So this works pretty well. I bought that so you can charge directly in to the USB, and you can see that light's on, and there's not actually too much direct sunlight here, so it's already charging if you plug something directly in here, but there's no battery pack in here. So you have to charge the battery pack first, and then you can hold the power like this and then power whatever devices you have. So also got this little air cooler because one of the concerns that I had is if it just got too hot in there, even with the windows in the back open, which it really hasn't got too hot yet, but it's good to have this just in case. So this little air cooler I bought off Amazon. What you do is you just put water on the top, turn it on, So then it has the fan and water coming at the same time, so it's just cooler as opposed to if it was just a regular fan. You can also put ice in there. So yeah, because it's USB, you can just hook it straight up to this battery pack here. There, so that's on. Come down here. Alright, you can hear that it's on there. And then it's got 1, 2, 3 different settings. And this rotates just to direct the airflow. And this power bank has worked pretty well. It lasts for both of our cell phones and that as well. You can charge an iPad twice, I think. So what I'll do is I'll charge this before we go out, and then if we're kind of running low while we're out, then I'll just set up the solar panels either on the front dash or on top of the truck, depending on where we are. So let's go ahead and turn that on. For light, there is an LED light in here just up top, which is hooked up directly to the battery. But I also bought this little light here, also off Amazon. I think this one was maybe 20 bucks. There, so you can see it's got the bright white. Change it. So that glow, the yellow one, is actually why I got this, because it's just nicer when you're in there at night. You don't want that bright kind of LED directly in your face. And this is USB chargeable too. So I charge this up, bring it out. It's also got the carabiner, so you can hang it up on something if you want. Standard toilet paper. These are some blackout curtains that I cut up if I want to put them up on the windows, just for some privacy, because we haven't done any kind of like stealth urban camping yet. We're planning some road trips later on in the summer, so we might use that if we have to stop somewhere along the way to our destination. I also got a speaker in there, also solar paneled, my thermocell, a little broom just to clean up the carpet a little bit if we want to. Okay, so then we got the citronella tent. And this one is all of our meal stuff, essentially. So in here we got our paper towel, camping food, so backpacker's pantry. It's usually two servings per package. Then we have our stove, standard craft dinner, paper plates, water, cutlery, pots, propane. And like I said, these screens open up, so we open those up, and then the full back. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Oh, these clamps. So this is obviously how the shell's attached. There's one at the top there, if you guys can see it. All I did was put some foam on it, just so that my lady doesn't roll over and smack her face on it in the middle of the night. Yeah, other than that, if there's any questions, you guys can just leave them down in the comments.